One of the most common questions I get asked is, what position should I be in when I meditate? So I really want to cover this because the way that we sit can make a real difference to the overall meditation. When we're meditating, most of the time we want to find a nice balance between being relaxed and calm on the one hand and being alert and attentive on the other. And the body position can really help with this. So the first thing I'll say is that any posture is a good posture to meditate in. So if you're not feeling well, or you're looking to really relax and sleep, or you have any kind of issue or injury, then you can meditate lying down. There's no reason why not. But if you're looking for a kind of consistent, regular, formal sitting practice, then here's a few options for you. The first option is just sitting in a chair. Chairs are great, they're always around, and they're usually comfortable for most people. So if you're sitting in a chair, first thing to do is to find a nice comfortable position with your feet grounded and just making sure that you can really have that contact to the earth. So if you need to place some kind of supports underneath your feet, if the chair is particularly high or your legs are very short, then try and find some nice even supports for your feet, whether that's blocks or books or something like that. Then the next thing you want to do is to find a nice solid base for your hips. So you can, especially if you pull the flesh out a little bit, that can be quite helpful. And then you can feel your sitting bones coming outwards and supporting your seat, and also your tailbone. So you want to find a triangle between your sitting bones and your tailbone. Sitting slightly forward on your chair really makes a difference. So if I'm slumped back like this, then I can't breathe properly, my spine's all curved, and I'm probably just going to drift off. But if I'm sitting forward, then I just feel alert and awake, so it makes a real difference. I like to elevate my hips slightly higher than my knees. So I'll use a cushion. You can see that line is slightly downward. And that means that the pelvis is slightly tilted. And I'm bringing a tiny little bit of curve or a sense of being uplifted from my seat, so that the front of my body feels open. The natural curves of my spine are stacked. And I'm feeling tall and relaxed. If I didn't have that curve, I'd probably be sort of straining, using my muscles to hold my body upright over time, and it would get tiring. And then ultimately you want to be feeling like your shoulders, the tips of your shoulders are over your hip bones, and the tips of your ears are over your shoulders. And then the final thing you can do is to rest your hands on your lap. So I like to rest them on my thighs, and that again helps to bring a sense of stability. We're using the structure of the arm bones to again really reinforce a sense of stability and support. And then just give your shoulders a little bit of a circle, a little drop. Just check that they're nice and relaxed, and that the back of the neck is long and the chin is ever so slightly tucked. Not like you're giving yourself a double chin, but just a slight lowering of the chin inwards towards the voice box. So that's option number one. Option number two is to sit on a cushion, and there's a couple of different cushions you could use. This is a bolster, and these can be great. A lot of people find them very comfortable. They're quite high, and you can sit on them with your knees turned in slightly narrower than your feet, and it can be very comfortable for a lot of people's hips. That gives some space into the knee joint. If there's not enough space, you might elevate your hips slightly, or pop a little bit of some sort of rolled up sock or something in the crease of your knee. That can take some of the strain out of the knee joint as well. And then again, resting your hands on your lap and going through those same cues that we did in the chair. Another option, and I guess this is the most traditional option, is sitting on a meditation cushion, Zafu. They tend to be filled with buckwheat, which gives them a nice sense of support, but you can also kind of nestle into them a little bit And they come in different heights and sizes and shapes. This one's round and quite low actually. I think for many people you might want something slightly higher than this, or a couple of these. And if you're sitting on one of these, again, you could sit with your knees in and your feet out. That can be nice. Or you could sit with your knees turned out. And now if you're doing this, there's a couple of things you want to consider. So if I'm sitting, you can see my knees are down on the ground and they're supported, and that's important. But if you're finding that they're not, you might want to just get, in fact you will want to get some kind of support. A cushion rolled up, obviously on each side, to the correct height so that the knee's not floating in the air. That's really important for the knee joint over time. And then the other thing to think about is just that bottom leg. So when they're sort of normally crossed, you'll see that the weight of the top leg is resting down on the bottom leg, and that's going to restrict circulation and maybe cause pins and needles or other discomfort. So you would pull that bottom foot out, place the sole of the foot against the front shin, and you'll find that that naturally just invites a little wanting to shuffle, so that again you're finding that really nice kind of triangular base across the sitting bones and the tailbone, slight little tilt to the pelvis, front body nice and open, spine long, and again the hands resting down on the thighs. I'm going to cover different hand gestures. There's all different kinds of mudras, they're called, that you can use, but I think for now we'll just stick with this. And then just again invite you, whichever position you've chosen, to just close your eyes and feel into it and sense if there's anything else you could do to adjust to really set up the best meditation posture for you. That might be another cushion, or maybe sitting up against a wall for support, or anything else really that feels intuitive and supportive for you. And then the final thing I'll say is just to stay tuned in. So every day our bodies are different. One day we might have a little niggle in our knee or in our back or something like that. So we want to really take care of that and adjust our postures as required. And equally, as you practice more, you might find that certain postures become more available to you, and you might want to try something else and adapt. So hopefully that will set you up for a really successful meditation practice. I guide free meditations Monday to Fridays, 7 a.m. till 7:30 a.m. with As We Live and Breathe. So feel free to come and join me. I guide in a range of different styles, so you can really start to connect with the whole range of how meditation can really benefit you in your body and in your life. And it's a really lovely little group. So yeah, come and join, and hopefully see you on Zoom soon.